Hello, friends. Resorty here again with a continuation of our 100 cat colony. I currently only got the two cats, Fudd and Eli, but I've got a good feeling about them. They're going to wind up the founders of Fine Feline Family. Looking at our base as we get started today, I'm noticing there's still some basic issues keeping our base not basically ready for stopping anyone who would attack our Fine Feline farming operation. We do have a hole in our wall still. We're missing freezer, don't have butcher's table, and I am noticing that a fair amount of crops just laying out in the field. This is happening primarily because during setup for the colony, I didn't realize it, but Element, actually no, I'm sorry, Yoder, our farmer, is unable to do any dumb labor. That includes hauling. So we have to have someone else get to work on the hauling to make sure this base does not entirely fall apart. We're also down to only 8 meals. We're in the process of getting that fixed though. Once the wind turbine is attached to the battery and the stove, we'll get some cooking started pretty quick here. So Levin is still sleeping. Get up soon enough. Today we also do want to get our bedrooms moved inside the base. This is one of the starting buildings on the map. It's been good for so far, but not good for long term. So hopefully we'll get this done. See also that Element's in a fairly sour mood, so let's see what's going wrong there. It appears to be that the lack of a table is annoying. Their sharing a barrack is leading to sleep disturbances as well as just the basic mood detriment for sharing a room. They're adults, they want their own room, darn it all. So we'll get that going pretty soon. We need one area of the rock harvested away here because currently the turbine is producing far less energy than it would otherwise. So Levin, our miner, and constructor have come focus on this right now. We might need to micro this a little bit. Occasionally they check to make sure they're doing their top priority job while mining, but no, he seems to have it totally knocked out. And with that, you should have almost knocked out. Levin making a liar of me. One step before finished. There we go. That should do it. Okay, we do need some doors inside though, because currently our various rooms are outside. We got plenty of stone though. We'll get rid of these other trees also. We will eventually have some sort of kill box operation set up, but currently just a single hole in the wall through which the enemies have to funnel will be good enough to ensure our base's defensibility, or so I think / hope. We'll see what happens. One is never quite sure until the first raid comes. Actually, the first raid's already come. The first raider is waiting for us right here. Food for cats currently. This base is psychopathic, and so our colonists don't mind chopping apart raider bodies to share with their cats. I will use the fairly standard way of forcing enemies into our base so they can't cower behind the walls and take pot shots at us. That will surely keep people moving forward. After that, finally have a little bit of power for the stove. The battery's not made yet. I'm gonna ask Levin to make that first just to ensure that we have the stove running long term. And what simple meals gonna be made pretty much right way. Yeah, Element, go off for the first sad wander. We've not been doing a great job with people's moods. We looked at this a little bit earlier, and the feeling terrible, we can't really deal with it all. The little pain is also just a permanent scar the character started with. So those two elements are not our fault. The other ones, definitely our fault. Definitely to blame on that. However, I think we're okay with Levin not doing any work right now. Yoder, or Element rather, not doing any work. Element is the character who is in charge of growing and planting, and that's already done for current. We do want to keep Element getting more and more work done though, because obviously with only 3 people, it's difficult being down to 1/3 less efficiency than previously. So, but food's happening. That's fantastic. We will dig into the mountain pretty quick here and get a freezer up. However, that will increase our chance of infestation. And when that happens, we'll all die because bugs are truly horrifying. My intention is to get enough power put together so we can run 2 AC units, dropping the freezer temperature to -18°C as soon as possible. And that'll be pretty good. We will also want to get our stockpiled food moved inside. Actually, I'm just going to do that right now so that our hauler doesn't have to do quite so much work. And right now we're only making enough food for the next few days, 3 days ideally, so it won't go bad out in the wild warmth between now and when it's consumed. So this is one of the zones will be only for food, so hopefully it gets dropped off right away. And that's looking okay. We do have enough steel and components right now to get up a couple more generators. power's me a little bit of an issue, though. We have a fairly small base area right now. In the longer term, my intention is to begin building out more and more, having the walls go out farther and farther. Truthfully, in the long term, I'd love to have all of this as my base, and actually all of this also because of the rich soil back there, but I shouldn't get too far ahead of where we are right now. Where we are right now is we have a foothold, we have food being made finally, but it's a fairly precarious foothold at that. Let's make sure no food can go to this back zone to ensure that it all gets put inside. And with that in mind, we actually need to change the cats zone a little bit. The cats are currently not allowed to go in our old stockpile. We want to make sure they can't go to the new one either, so they don't eat all of my delicious food that I've been storing up. All right, someone's starving. It's Element the Wanderer. Hopefully, through the power of starvation and exhaustion, they'll eventually collapse, come back to us real soon. The other two colonists are doing okay on their moods, but we could be on the lookout for collapses and mental breaks at any time here. But, alright, Element's back with us. Got all the way down to 0 mood, but that catharsis, that feeling of relief, is doing just fine now. So this tree has got out of the way also. I want to keep this fighting area as clear as possible so our enemies have no cover against us. That will be done. And the battery is not yet charging. Hopefully with a full day here, the only thing that's currently running its electric is the stove. Over a full day, the battery should get filling somewhat. We sure do hope so. Yeah, nothing's blocking the turbine, though. The bush is considered a flat surface against which the wind is not blocked, so looks really nice. And we are table finally. It's normal quality. The various chairs are also a variety of things. And Element is still very cranky despite having had the catharsis. It is possible, even with catharsis, for a character to collapse once more into a mental break. That's just no fun at all. Okay, I'm actually micro Yoder a little bit. Get the Yoder's the no dumb labor person, so I can't order them to do anything. So 11 instead. One of these trees cut down to ensure no place for enemies to hide against us. Also ensure more wood. It is possible enemies might come over here. So truthfully, I want to clear all of this. I'll use the cutting tool to get as much as possible, though many of the trees are too underdeveloped for the tool. The battery is still not charged at all. Is the battery actually attached? So it's not. Very good. I was thinking by the end of the first day, the solar panel working at full efficiency should have given us some battery power, but now it is. Now it's connected. We'll also reconnect the stove so it's much more attractively connected. I did do a power source right there. That's a lot better. Okay, I think we are now ready for raid number 2. Whenever it shows up, we'll be just fine. So I'm going to start thinking about how to move rooms into the base here. Again, in the longer term, I'll take over more territory outside. We could potentially just do that, though. Put a wall up around here to incorporate them. With the wall already built, that might be a nice thing. Not having to consistently move the wall out this way. We can instead build here, and then have a little passageway through to enclose all of this as well. That seems like a nice enough area, and that'll be our goal for the time being. We don't really need anything else inside right now. I would like to get research going pretty soon, but it's not especially urgent. But for now, that will be a nice back wall. We'll get a door on it also, so people can pass in and out, no problems. Let's go ahead and put this other door. It's not already built, so we don't have to worry about the deconstruction element. And then we'll hold open this door once the outer wall is built. For now, we don't want to let raiders wander in through our backside. So lots of food. That element is handled. Research is the next thing we need. Oftentimes, I like putting the researcher's room in with a bed, so a researcher doesn't have to go outside at all except to eat. This allows less walking back and forth across the base. But with our sort of limited area, I think I'll make a separate... Actually, let's make 3 bedrooms right here, just side by side. And other players might complain that I make my bedrooms too large. This is definitely true. I like to have like 5 by 5 bedrooms to allow people lots of room for activities. I always say that my aim is to have a base in which I would want to live, not tiny coffins where people are all just jammed in. I do want to make sure there's a pretty clear path between these two doors, though. So let's put one bedroom over here. I'll mine out this corner just to get a nice 90-degree angle off which to build. I don't want to use the rock walls. They're disgusting looking, and our characters will get very cranky if they have to look at them too often. And I could just change Levin over to Job 1 mining, but far more fun to endlessly micro him for every hit or two. Come on, Levin, you can do it, man. It is sleep time for him now, so we will finish this. Not allowed to go on break till your work's done, mister. That's why overnight I'm able to do the work of building some walls. And I do see there is a seam of steel hiding there. I would like to get that, but it's not especially urgent to do so. Sooner or later we'll get it if we really need it. Right now we know there's enough steel at other places on the map. Right here most especially, it'd be very easy for us to get. I think we saw some steel recently. Yeah, down here also there's tons. So steel is not yet an urgent priority, though it might end up being sooner or later. I can't think of any good reason to like waste this back corner. So maybe we'll give our character a special hideaway study area, a little nook in which to put the most treasured items. Yes, that sounds very nice to me. Nice little desk back there, probably. These opulent bedrooms, surely wasting all our materials, but they feel happier than living in the starting barracks. That's all I want, is happy colonists who are ready to defend themselves and do what must be done to keep some cats alive. Speaking of which, though, there is no food for cats. Maynard the Illuminator has become no more. The cats are probably hungry, indeed they are, and they're not allowed to go outside. Again, as I said in the first bit, I believe it's the case that in Beta 18, cats no longer hunt vermin. We actually test that right now. I'm going to briefly allow Eli to go unrestricted, and we'll see if Eli runs outside and kills the squirrel, now that Eli's pretty darn hungry. No, Eli knows where the food is. Eli knows where the cookie jar's been kept. Eli does not have to go hunt, because Eli can go eat food right from the stockpile. I don't think so, Eli. We'll do Rimworld science another time. For now, let's go and get the squirrel killed. Good stuff. Put it into a zone. You don't believe in hauling already. Next time we attempt a base, making sure everyone can do dumb labor, obviously the most important of things. And I'm not certain if Fudd here would go for the food outside the stockpile. I believe Fudd would, but no, they're heading to the food right now. So I guess until it was in the stockpile, the restricted animals would not go there. I know why, actually, now that I think about it. The animals are restricted so they can't go into the area in front of the firing line to ensure they do not end up dead. That will probably be changed at some point so they can wander more freely. We can't have them dying, though. Raiders kill our beloved cats is just the end of the playthrough. With only one cat, we're not getting any babies. Horror of horrors. Alright, looking okay. We're still good on Granite Stone. We have a ton of Granite Stone saved up. Yoder's second job after all the growing is to keep crafting. I've got more plants almost ready to go. These wild heel roots, unfortunately, Yoder cannot pick because that's kind of dumb labor. We'll instead have Element or someone else go out there and grab them. Because Element is the consistently crankiest of us all. Once this bedroom is made, we'll have Element take responsibility for it. Own it for themselves. Should be pretty nice. We'll need to make a whole new set of bedroom furniture, though, because the starting beds we made were all, unfortunately, poor quality. 3 poor quality, not much fun. And who among us is our researcher? It's Element. Okay, so let's actually make this even a little bit of a bigger nook, and we'll have the research room inside of the bedroom. This way Element can just go from research right to sleep, make it a little bit bigger, and I believe to make this one wider, we'll be able to fit an advanced research desk in here eventually. Make sure we're not going to be allowing infestations to happen. So far, so good. No that dark green cave roof that indicates you've dug too deep, you've allowed the monsters to get out to come and get you. Our eventual cat room here is not yet complete. We need some more limestone stones, so let's go ahead and... It's possible there's no limestone on this map, other than this starting building. This is marble. We have granite up here, I believe. Yeah, I believe this zone might be marble and granite only. So we'll have to use a different kind of stone or just grab the last bit of this. I do really enjoy having my buildings all one color, looking beautiful in their uniformity. If necessary, we'll go ahead and patch with other rocks, but I would very much like to have everything uniform, especially the cat room. And this whole playthrough is headed towards cats, so got to do just that. All right, we now have our dorms inside our wall-ish. Basic layout is done. I hope we get these walls up before the next raider attack. Raiders in this game really hate partially made of walls. So much so that some people will sort of bug out or cheat AI raids by making half-built walls way across the map. This way, maybe most of the enemies will still attack your base, but one or two will be hauled off to the side and go fight in a partially made wall. Very strange. All right. I don't know what Element's been eating. Probably an issue of like cuddling the cats too often, but Element has gut worms in the tummy. This is one of the more annoying illnesses because it does make them in constant pain and make them eat all the food. Happily, we do have a decent backbone of a farm already, so food's not going to be a big problem. Though that food's not being hauled in is potentially a problem. That's actually happening because the stockpile zone is already full. So we do want to start digging on in to get our freezer made. And I'll do some sort of airlock in here just to ensure we don't let out all the good coolness. And it's probably too large of a freezer already, but that's okay. I want to have 2 spots out of it so we can have 2 coolers so that it'll get down to temperature we need to keep it safe from infestations. And have Levin focus on the outside wall, using again the new Alpha 18 Q. Hold down Shift key. Don't care too much about the inner wall right now, though it will be nice to have our people up in bedrooms. But we don't have a standalone. Element is really cranky. Let's say we don't have a standalone miner. A 4th person would be very nice for that. But you're just having a bad. Your brother died. Okay, I actually forgot entirely. I totally forgot. So Element's brother Book crash landed here. We decided that we didn't want to bring him in because he's not a psychopath, and so we get very upset about the the chopping apart people for the sake of the cats. However, I think Book crashed landed at the same time our first raider came in. I totally forgot. So we have to deal with Element being cranky for the next, how long? Next really long time. Almost 2 full in-game months. Also, Element is the one with the gut worms and the stab scars. So that's be some constant pain on Element. Element is not having a good life right now. Element is in mourning and full of additional friends in their tummy. It's not good being Element. There's not much I can do for Element right now, this early game. I could plant some smoke leaf and hope that we'll call them medicinal solutions to our problems would assist. I haven't planted it already because I thought we were okay on moods. This is just not the case. So yeah, getting smoke leaf planted, getting our colonists stoned will help them deal with the horror of it all. As before, I'm guessing Yoder had walked over this while Levin was building it, interrupting the work queue, as so often happens. So that's fine. All right, I'm going to finish up just the outside wall right now, and then after that, I'm going to turn Levin into a miner, because that freezer getting bait is pretty darn important. I don't like making a butcher table anywhere but the freezer, so there's not as much hauling back and forth of animal parts and needing more doors to carry them more effectively. But I don't want to make the butcher table until we have the freezer actually built, so a little bit more time. All right, with the outer wall done. Actually, how ugly is it in there with the partially made walls? Partially made walls are pretty ugly. So hold off on what I said. Wait till this room's done. Won't do the workstation quite yet. Where are you going, Levin? No. You finish these rooms. Almost done. Then you get your union-sponsored break afterwards. Hey, that's exciting. Element the entrepreneur is in a murderous rage. She's going to kill Levin. All right, happily she's not killing a cat. We can deal with no Levin. We can't deal with no cats. So Hello, Element. You have a lovely knife there. Now, the normal move here is to have the person who's not involved, namely Yoder, attempt to grab Element and imprison them. You usually pick the person who's like their best friend. Unfortunately, because they're psychopaths, they don't really have friends too much. Yeah, Levin's actually the person who Element likes the most. So, we'll see how this goes. We will go ahead and make a prison in the crafting room and have Yoder get arresting and really hope Element does not attack back. If Element swings wildly at Yoder, it might just be game over before it even began. We will have Levin run away. I don't want to engage in a shooting match between the two. Let's have Yoder head back this way instead and arrest once Element gets all the way through. So no attacking cats, please. Just pass on by. Very good. Levin, you're gonna hide over here. Yoder, it's all you. Let's get arresting. It worked out. Element's no longer the murderous rage. Fantastic. Yoder talked some sense into Element rather. Element's still in a really bad mood, and we'll get that private room very, very soon. We're very close on that. That's actually probably most important thing right now, is just make a beautiful room so that Element's as happy as possible as soon as possible. Also, having a better shared dining room would help quite a bit, since everyone gets the impressive dining room perk. So we'll want to make this a nicer room pretty darn immediately. And that partially means keeping the cats out of it to avoid being dirty, dirty, dirty. So let's go ahead and change Animal Area 1 to disallow pretty much all this inside area now. Far too early in the game for Murderous Rage. That's okay, though. All right, this room is now done. It can be a bedroom. Are you going to sleep now? You're not sleeping yet, so these are all poor beds. Go ahead and make a brand new bed. We'll trust that Levin's a much improved builder by now. It's been a few days in game, so that'll be okay. I'll put it in the corner here. Levin friend, go ahead and make that first, please. Make it a nice one, because that belongs to your friend Element, the person who tried to kill you mere moments ago. This is going to be an I'm sorry bed that allows you to show the spirit of forgiveness, Levin. Make a little note there saying how bad you feel out with the hardships Element's experience, namely dead brother. It's a good quality bed. That's great. That's great. So you are now Element's bed, and having a private bedroom will allow Element at least to get rid of the dull barrack debuff. You're joy deprived. That's probably the Murderous Rage. There is, after all, a lovely horseshoe pin for everyone to use, and who wouldn't want that? So, base is heading in a very nice direction right now. With Murderous Rage, everyone hates everyone. They're psychopaths, though. They're together for a purpose only, not because of like deep friendship, but only because of necessity. They have a cat-based mission to do, and by gone it, they're gonna do it. They're gonna do it. I'm gonna get this last bit of the wall made in the morning here, and then have Levin become a miner to get the freezer done, because our food is stockpiling kind of awkwardly, and outside it's degrading bit by bit, little bits. Alright, our first trader of the day, a caravan from our array, is approaching their bulk good trader. I doubt I'll buy anything. I might sell them some wood. This is a very verdant map. Hello, friend. Look at you conga lining on in. Buffaloes stay in the back. What nice names you have. Rissa and Loot and Lubov. I like meeting you all. Hook. Hello, Hook. Hook always brings you back. Alright, Element is starving. This, again, is the gutworms issue, though. So, also, you're using my good medicine, aren't you? Alright, so we had one good medicine used there. I believe we only had 30 earlier, so I want to actually make sure all the colonists are on herbal medicine only for the time being. If they start getting infections or their arms and legs blown off, then we'll do a better job with better medicine. Alright, they are conga lining around the door here. I don't recall who our best social person is. Actually, apparently they're all fairly decent at social. Do any of them have a passion for it and really enjoy talking? Not just a skill honed through necessity. Yeah, Element, you have passion. This will make you happy then, I believe. Yeah, you gain joy by being sociable, so go say hello to the outsiders there. See what they got. Poor health. The rumbly tumbly gutworms making us get ripped off. I'm okay with that. For the social bonus, the joy bonus, we will give you exactly that. Now, Nutrimine is what we'd like. Eventually, we'll be making proper medicine here. And Nutrimine you can't make. It's one of those very things you have to buy from someone else. So 20 Nutrimine, get us started. We have no silver. This seems suspicious to me. I am not sure where our silver's gone, how it never got hauled in. It must be forbidden still somewhere. Nope, it's just not hauled in, just leaving our piles of coin on the ground. That's fine, that's fine. Hauling this in is going to be fairly important, both to get that Nutrimine and to ensure raiders don't grab it. I'm somewhat delighted that in the beginning of the game, when our first raid come, they actually walked right past that pile of silver. They didn't stop and grab it instead of attacking our base. He was single-minded and wanted to kill us all. Can't be distracted by mere coins, apparently unowned. So that'll be enough to get us some purchases made, and I think it is the case right now that Element's going to haul for a little bit. We're going to do cleaning and then hauling. We'll have research eventually, I promise. But we need to get our money in. Need to get... we have some food down there, it looks like, and a few other bits of steel, all of which we do need. So let's try trading again. This time we will buy our Nutrimine, so we have our cash. I also could have just put a supply zone around a stockpile zone rather, around the items that we were wanting to trade with, our silver, but didn't think of that at time. So other than that, they have a variety of clothes. We're still fine on clothes, though we do want to start making some new clothes fairly soon. Chem fuel's super nice for getting mortar shells made at some point, but I'm going to pass it for the time being. We're okay with just that. Thank you for your visit. Very kind of you. We got that Nutrimine. The X means it's good. Alright, Element, how's your bedroom? Awful. Does awful give us a debuff, though? Are you unhappy about your bedroom? You're also hot. It's up to 35°C. My goodness. It is a pretty warm map here. And we're not even in the summer, so more AC units are surely needed. Let's get Levin focused on... I mean, there's only one more bit to make. All right, Levin is doing the awkward thing where he's running all the way down here to deconstruct one bit of floor and running all the way back to the north. We don't want him to do that, but more pressing matters have struck. A group of pirates from the Ash Camels have arrived. They're quite clever. All right, two things to say. Number one, I don't know what cleverness actually means in this game, other than I believe they try to avoid the kill box, but I'm not sure what they're going to do. Number two, you picked the wrong time to attack Ash Pirates. You picked the absolute wrong time because we have many friends here to help us out, and they're going to walk right into them, I hope. It is possible they might go all the way around. I do see that Levin's taking the back door back in. Actually, no, Levin's taking the front door now, so we're fine. Alright, we gotta watch some fine Outlanders and their Muffalos stampede and blast. Four fairly hapless pirates here. Hopefully, none of the Outlanders are killed, unless our social gets hit pretty badly. We'll try to save loot here. It's a kindly thing to do, and unfortunately I don't have that extra bed anymore, so dear sweet loot will get thrown on the floor and medicked right here. And we don't have a best doctor. All of our doctors are pretty good. So we have whoever was the best health here. It is Elements. So Element, you're going to rescue loot. Running into the war zone like something out of Saving Private Ryan. Just go, go, go. Alright, and the pirates, one's still alive. Are you a psychopath? You're not. So you're what's known as cat food. More and more cat food for more and more time. Alright, this is probably a fairly ugly area now. The beauty hit here is, yeah, substantial indeed. So we do want to get that cleaned up. Again, once we have our butcher's table, we won't need that zone anymore, and that'll be just fine. Alright, we did save loot. Let's get loot treated. Already being doctored. Are we using our good medicine on you? We better not be. I think it automatically goes to herbal on characters who are not one of you, which it is. Also, you're asthmatic. Great. Happy to treat your asthma. We have some nice new friends. Pile of lovely things for us. Plenty of corpses, too, which I will leave outside for right now, just to avoid making the world inside our base even more disgusting. So, cat room is now made. We'll eventually put the cats in there. Right now, they can still wander until we have a freezer for them put together, which will happen before too long here, I think. But we do need to get Levin now focused on making mining. And you get this area nice and clear. Levin's not a great miner right now, but I was going to say I have possibilities. This is not true, though. Do any of our people have mining passion? No. So foreign mining is the best. We are not playing Dwarf Fortress, it seems. Our striking of the earth is questionable at best. But Levin will get better someday. Just keep on digging, brother. You can do it. All right. Stealing Maker's clothes. It's like a polite thing to do. I wouldn't want them to go to waste. They are both really poor quality, though. So that's like 8 cents in sales right there. And speaking of which, maybe we can sell those. People who are visiting, though, are bulk traders, and so I don't believe they'll buy clothes. But they may have been selling clothes. Well, let's just find out together. Right now, can it be sold? We stockpile all that. Elements say hi. Again? Yeah, they're willing to buy it. Actually, it's more than a few dollars. Fantastic. The 3 silver will really help us make a beautiful hospital someday real soon. With that, no more stockpile for you. Not welcome. All right, loot, how you doing? Will you survive? Looks like you will. Hopefully you get your moving skill up soon so you can rejoin your group and shuffle off this map, not off the mortal coil. I'd love to have a little bit of rep bonus with your faction. Animal, please don't come eat loot. Local Ibex Doe is rushing right at the base. Who are you attacking? One of us, or doesn't say yet. Happily, all of our people are behind 2 walls. Now, it is possible that manhunters can attack animals that belong to the base. They do sometimes, but no, again, having us raid here is a wonderful thing. Our base's stories in some measure just, we were attacked many a time. Kindly, natives protected us and gave us so much food in exchange. Postek, I believe, was hit once in the melee there. No, Postek was hit by his own friends. They're not careful shots. They blast randomly, which is great fun when the enemies have an incendiary launcher. That's always I love to see, is just them shooting. This is annoying, though. Our colonists all having tremendous amount of disturbed sleep. Muffaloes meandering in and out over and over again. And loot is taken off very slowly. I wish you the best of luck in getting off the map. It's not too far of a walk, so I think you got it. Our friend Element has a fair amount of cleaning to do before getting back to the hauling. Hopefully Lebanon is getting to some mining now. We'll get this freezer done. We'll also get our research station area put together pretty quick here. Again, I believe this section as is, once that's mined down, we'll be able to fit a advanced research table in it. So we'll put up a wall like so. I'm not sure where I'm put the door yet, but I don't want to do that until all the mining's done. And we really should focus on the freezer mining first, so I'm actually going to cancel this job for the moment. We'll come back to that before too long. The freezer matters more in the long run and short run success of this base. But on the inside here, we'll just do wood doors. They're not quite as nice as fancier doors, but they have a lot of wood, and I don't want to waste too much more steel, especially on a door that's unlikely to take any damage from anyone. We keep our steel for make that nicer. Look at that. The RA is so happy. Are so happy that we have their loot well taken care of. We restringed that loot, we plucked it a few times, make sure it was in good working order, and indeed it was. But Lebanon is cranky. Probably a pretty gross looking area. Yeah, very ugly environment due to all the rocks and the dirt on the ground. You got a table. You clearly have a table. You could have used it. Actually, now that I think about it, I'm not sure if they can use these corner chairs. If people can walk over top of each other to get to the chairs. Let's keep an eye at next breakfast time if only the outer chairs are used. As much as I don't want to impede the pathway across, having 2 useless chairs is just not good thinking, clearly. But with you having that area clean now, Levin's still in a very ugly environment. You'll hold on to it. I believe in you. All right, a ton of power right now, which means I probably should use that power to start lighting up our areas, getting some lamps down. I really want to make sure we have the coolers, though, to keep this surely dark green area. Yeah, definitely infestable area. It needs to be made as cool as possible, as quick as possible. Gotta stop the infestations. So I'm going to actually lay out the coolers right away. But we don't want to build them until Levin has a second way out. My sense is either Levin had a meal in his pocket when he woke in the morning, and so ate it from bed and didn't go to the table because it's too far away, or these two are not usable. I'm still not sure. Let's keep our eyes out for that still longer term. The cats are meowing. The cats have food again. Maker the Artificer is a fine meal, well-made meal like any artifice would be. All right, that's done. So cooler number 1 goes right here. I'll make it as close as possible to the actual freezing area to minimize the amount of area that needs to be cooled. And again, I am making this larger than it needs to be, but that's all right. I do believe that our current power production will be able to sustain 2 coolers and the stove. We can turn off the stove if need be. But we do need to get some other coolers for our people. Summer's not quite here, but it's going to be pretty soon. I'm thinking of having 2 separate power circuits right now. One in the north and one in the south. The north one taking care of just AC units and so on. And eventually we'll share the power between them. How warm can the cats deal with? Cats, tell them about your heat needs. We got 50 C. All right, so if there is a heat wave, we got some problems. Hopefully there's not, though. This will be all right. Okay, so this bit of the base is looking a heck of a lot better. We've got our freezer started. We've got, for the first time today, a cooking station. 1 bedroom made. Some more bedrooms coming real soon. And speaking of real soon, next edition of this playthrough will be up again real soon. For now, I'm Resorty. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you again real soon.